Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now we found the book that Jubilost wanted us to find, so we need to go discuss this 10 adventures of the splendid Willis Gunderson in Absalom with Jubilost. Let's go. I think he's in the throne room. Couldn't see him in the city, and I can't imagine where he would be otherwise. Ah, it's you. How can I help you? I found Gunderson's book, the one we were looking for. Let me see. Jubilost stares into the pages. It's a good thing I'm not a follower of Shellin, or I'd throw this thing into the fire right now and draw the deity's wrath. Just look at this language. Shivering, she clung to my shoulder and whispered, Willis, you are my only hope. Only your well-developed adventuring skills, your daring mind, merciless eloquence, and shameless courage can save a poor girl like me. But I digress. We need something that's 5th in 10, obviously. It's about the 5th adventure for this book. The name of the chapter is In the Corner of the Tavern. Sounds like a place, but which tavern is it? The nearest one? And who or what should we look for there? Wait, we know the place, the tavern, and a number, 24. You reasonably assumed that 24 is the day of the month. We have a time and a place. I propose we meet at the Capital Tavern on the next 24th and see what happens. Okay. Of course, it's the 1st. Well, there's not much else we can do. I guess we can level up. Well, he's strong enough as is. Let's level up Valerie. Nine days left. Community reached rank 4. Failed that, yes. Rogongar's servants discovered that the accusations against the mayor were only slander, devised by an envious man who wanted to become mayor himself. Regardless of whatever truth might be found in the accusations, the proper judgment was clear. The criminal was punished harshly, and everyone involved in the outcry was charged a hefty penalty, as a reminder to all that the law must be obeyed. 2 community, 3 military, and 3 stability. Now we have stuff going on here. That's an opportunity. This is a problem. The recent solar eclipse has the people frightened. Many of them took it as a bad omen, referring to the Kelid shaman's calendars, which foretell a bad year. The fear is turning into panic. The people must be made to hear reason. The dangerous rumors have to be stopped. Okay, so Valerie got +2 from that. 16%. No, eek. Okay, let's try that then. Difficulty 29. Ouch. Cobblestone Druids, that's an opportunity. The circus is an opportunity. The ancient curse is upon us. 20 days. Let's see here. I don't like the ones that take 20 days. 13 days is fine. Okay, you go up on that. The regent demands an audience. Caledorn, a nobleman from Brevoy has arrived. He requests your approval to open a small business. He desires to open a few leatherworking shops in your domain to tan skins. This alchemical enterprise would make an unpleasant neighbor. Of course, the locals won't be happy about the waste and the smell, but we must concentrate on our business interests and relationships with our neighboring countries. The people of Brevoy will happily pay to move these tanneries away from their homes, but you have the right to make whatever decision you consider best for the country. Okay, sure. We need money and that means business. I'm willing to make a deal. Plus two relations and we get a tannery. Not sure I'm going to build that though. I will give the orders to begin construction. I will also reinforce the patrols in case there is any unrest. It is time your subjects learn how to work for an honest living, even if it means a nasty smell. Doesn't sound too promising. Azrael, Vein-Finder. Sounds like a nasty weapon. Butterfly wings. Why don't... After you and I brought that wretch Moralan to justice, peace has once more filled my heart. Thank you for returning tranquility to my life, Your Highness. I would like to give you a special gift in thanks. Give me some time and freedom to work on my own, and I will make something very special, just for you. Why don't you set to work on that special thing you were making for me? Thank you. Believe me, I'll spare no effort or time. You won't be disappointed. Butterfly wings? What on earth is that? +5 resistance bonus on all saving throws, and the ability to cast Prismatic Spray as a 13th level wizard 3 times per day. And the Vein-Finder. Rapier. Decent one, but nobody in our party uses rapiers, so... Okay, so the curse... 28 days. Should be the 15th. At one community. Meh. Rank up. We can continue to rank up if we want. 20 days, 30 days, 200 days. These are 7 days. That should put us on the 22nd. Let's make a mountain resort in... I think it's Tours of the Lemonies? Tours of Lemonies? Two weeks until the ancient curse. Ransom in gold or iron. There are numerous barbarians in the kingdom's prisons, among them participants in failed raids and members of defeated gangs. A group of Kelids have arrived in the region, friends and families of the prisoners, here to offer ransom in gold, iron or other service. Well, we don't have much choice there. Christian. Eureka, that's 9 days. No. An unusual visitor has arrived. Someone wants your attention, and that someone is a golem. Why does a golem want to talk to us? Apparently, that looks like Harrim. Hold on. A strange golem enters your throne room. It is seriously hurt, barely moving its legs and swaying as if it's drunk. Help us! Help! Help! A frowning Harrim quickly responds. How do you like that? Again, someone needs our help, and again it has to do with golems. Does any of this seem familiar, Caledorn? Those simpletons from the Skjegge clan must have dug up something else, and got themselves into trouble again. The priest's remarks are punctuated by a terrible clanging sound as the golem collapses on the floor in pieces. And I warned them they were wooing death. I warned them. Let's return to that little fortress that they couldn't get inside and see what's happened to them this time. Yes, we need to go and check on them. Just don't go without me, alright? I want to see with my own eyes what catastrophe they've wrought this time, all the while praying to their Torag. Mim Wobblegander has the source of invisibility for us. The carpet seems slightly dilapidated where people stand. Okay, let's skip 2 days. The morning after, the sky was shining all through the night. It was the eve of a merry Fae festival. Drunk and raving, the Fae retreated to their world come morning, but they left chaos behind. One of the rivers has changed its course, a forest has disappeared, and a hill has turned into a gaping hole in the ground. The changes have terrified the peasants, understandably enough, and to make matters worse, our mages agree that nature will soon revolt against the blatant interference and unleash its wrath upon the villagers. These difficulties are getting rather steep. Skip another day. Doppelganger on the throne. DC 30? Ouch! Tension is growing in the region. Rumor has it that a doppelganger sits upon the throne. The rabble are ready to grab their weapons, overthrow the false ruler and liberate the true king. This madness must be stopped before they devastate the country with their good intentions. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this. Econ. Ouch. I need to level up the other kingdom stats. But I suspect we're too late. Because when we've dealt with the curse, I have strong suspicions that other things are going to happen. Okay. I don't see Jubilost here anywhere. Oh, there he is. Looks like that's our moon. I'd like to know what leaving her path means to her, and more importantly, how all this is related to the story of the gnomes. I hope we're about to find out. Jubilost clears his throat to attract her attention. A girl with unusual silver-grey hair is looking gloomily into her mug of ale. As she notices Jubilost clearing his throat, she raises her face and brightens. Oh, they told me that the king of Caledorn walks the streets and feasts with everyone at the taverns, but I never believed it. Oh, forgive me, your highness. I am Luna Kitari. You have an unusual name. I was born with bright silver hair. The midwives never saw an Aasimar before. They were frightened. But my mother, not a bit. She said her daughter's hair was silver like the moon, which meant I was blessed by Desna, hence the name. Actually, I've always been drawn to faraway countries, like anyone touched by the moon goddess, but I've never been beyond the river kingdoms. Luna sighs. Tell us about yourself. I am a messenger. I deliver correspondence from Brevoy to Miven and back. Usually reports about a rich merchant's underlings and his orders for them. My parents live in Brevoy and the girl I love in Mivon. I've always dreamed of becoming a traveller, but that's not easy for the daughter of a weaver and a washerwoman. I was able to find this messenger job though. I thought that was pretty lucky. But now I'm travelling the same road over and over every month. I even sit right here in your tavern on the 24th of every month, right on schedule. The monotony is driving me to tears, but what can I do? I can't be everywhere at once, and I can't stand the thought of settling down. Jubilost, who was listening surprisingly carefully, leans over to you and says quietly, "Do you see it now? When Moon leaves her path, it's another part of the riddle. It looks like we need to somehow convince our new friend to quit her well-trodden path and set off somewhere new. Plus, it wouldn't be good for her. The same road each month? If I were her, I'd have drowned myself a long time ago, if I didn't bleach sooner. If this life troubles you, something should be changed. Your family and friends want you happy, not exhausted and hating your existence." "You speak with such confidence. Is it true you came to the Stolen Lands as no one and made yourself king by your own persistence and skill? I've heard so many stories. Your Highness, I wouldn't have taken this advice from anyone but you, but I've just decided I'm going to travel. And I hope not alone. We'll surely be able to earn a piece of bread together. Please, take this. It's a relic my family received from an elven ancestor. According to the family legend, the one who deciphers the map will find 3 things: an incredibly sad secret, a true treasure, and a door to another world which will never open again. The entrance to a certain dungeon is marked here, but there's nothing to say where to go looking. You're a king with all the best scientists and travelers serving you. Surely they will be able to read this map. Thank you again. Now I have to go." Ha! Moon has left her path. But now who can explain to me why the host didn't simply tell us, "Go to the dungeon located here"? Why make us run around in circles? But let's have a look at this map. What do we have here? Why, I recognize the area around the Candlemere at first glance. There are ancient ruins in this area. This dungeon must contain the traces of the very first gnomes to visit Golarion. Well, our goal is clear. Now we need only achieve it. Okay. Let's just leave. That looks very festive. No. I want Lindsay, Harrim, Jubilost, Ekon, and Amiri. So where are these? There's the Lost Dwarven Fortress that we have to go to. There's the cave from Luna's map. Lost Dwarven Fortress. Okay, so let's teleport to Port Martins. And go to the Lost Dwarven Fortress. Something is happening in the kingdom. The gambler. A fae came to visit the region. He seems to love gambling more than life itself. He tempts people into playing with him and then squeezes them dry. The fae is already dragging around a cart full of gold that he's won. It's time someone stop him before he bankrupts the whole region. Difficulty 15. Well, you'll have to do that, Jubilost. Okay, so there are adamantine golems here, but I wish it would remember this. I have no idea what's the actual center here, but I suspect it is that. Which means that yes, that is the center. Let's put Caledorn behind there. And Ekon behind there. And then Lindsay and Jubilost on each side. Okay, Rudrin Skjegge. Yarmold, down there! Please help him! Look within. There we go. Not much, but not bad either. No one here. I'm guessing no one there either. Let's go inside. What did they do here now? Yarmold Skjegge. 3 more golems. Beyond the open gate, you find a strange room that looks more like a workshop than the entrance to a fortress. Across the room, by the far wall, there is a metal throne. In front of it is Yarmold Skjegge, who you know well. In one hand he holds a steel scepter, and in the other a sacred symbol of Torag inset with a shimmering jewel, which you recognize as the heart of the adamantine golem. The paladin is pale, and he barely opens his mouth. You're here. Help me overcome these golems. I took the scepter from the empty throne over there, but it seems my command over golems is lacking. If I lose control over the golems, we'll all die. Ekon reaches for his weapon. Have to help. Harrim shrugs. I told you it would end like this, but you were dying for a legacy. And what is that legacy worth? An army of golems? Was it worth it to come all this way just to meet your death? Wouldn't it have been easier to choke to death in your mountains at home? One of the golems turns its metal face to you and speaks in harmony. You all deserve to die, thieves and impostors. By what right do you come to this fortress? This is the Skjegge clan. They are the rightful heirs to the builders of this fortress. They are not Skjegge. They are nameless cowards. Only I, Offeld Skjegge, am worthy of bearing this clan's name. Offeld Skjegge, but you're my great-great-uncle. When our clan left this fortress, you and your golem stayed behind to protect it. Come to your senses, ghost. We're your descendants. You are no one. The real Skjegge would have never abandoned their creation. Those who left forever lost the right to bear this proud name, and you have the nerve to come here, to this fortress, which was built from the blood and sweat of your grandparents and abandoned by your unworthy fathers? Ha! You will die here together with all your henchmen. Golems, attack! Grinding his teeth, Yarmold lifts the steel scepter above his head. I'm doing everything I can, but his will is too strong. Destroy the golems. Harrim, you must unmake the throne. I owe you nothing, neither you nor Torag. Yes, this is the perfect time to argue about theology. The gate behind you closes with a clanging sound. You will all die. You will die. You will die. I don't think so. The last of the battle golems falls to your feet. A ghost stands to the side, shaking its fist at you. Vandals, have you any idea how much time I spent creating them? The paladin's pale face glistens with sweat. His fingers tremble, but with what's left of his strength, he clenches the steel scepter and Torag's symbol with its shimmering jewel. Quick, Harrim, unmake the throne! Don't do this. Don't you see he's an impostor? He has no right to this fortress. It is mine. Mine. Let's make peace. Take the scepter from him. I will repay you generously. Harrim looks at the paladin, then at the ghost and back, then turns to you with a bitter sneer. Look at them. Children of Torag, butting heads like two rams on a narrow mountain path. But we do need to decide something, though these two are equally disgusting. Whose side should we take? Who are you, ghost, and what are you doing here? My name, as I mentioned, is Skjegge. I was once a famous master. The golems I made were unrivaled, either here in the Stolen Lands or in our homeland, the Five Kings Mountains. I created this throne and scepter to control a whole army of golems, ordering them to make more and more new ones. Yes, it was a glorious time. Then my fellows, worms and lice, unworthy of even wearing beards, let alone the glorious name of Skjegge, betrayed everything we lived for. They decided to abandon the road, abandon the fortress, and return home with those Voradash cowards and Langebuk morons. They even had the nerve to accuse me of betrayal. They spread rumors that my experiments had emptied the treasury. What a ridiculous excuse. A true dwarf will find his own way, even without gold. He would sooner eat stones than give up his life's work. So I stayed. The last true Skjegge, the last shield on the road of shields. I had my golems to help protect the fortress. Perfect creatures of stone and metal, not like those cowards with stew instead of spines. I remained here and continued to guard the fortress even as my flesh decayed, until there was nothing left of me but bones and adamantine will. Listen to me, I see you're no ordinary folk, probably in the service of some rich merchant, or maybe even the local ruler. We don't need to be enemies. Let me keep guarding this fortress. In return, I'll give my best golems to serve your lord. Well, you've already broken the best ones, but I'll make new ones. Help Yarmold and unmake the throne. Fine, all right, but it's the last time I'm helping you, understood? Harrim approaches the throne with a skeleton and strikes it with his fist. 1 blow, 2, and 3, and the throne crumbles into pieces with a clanging sound, revealing another jewel, shimmering purple. Thank you. The paladin was beginning a speech, but Harrim interrupts him. You are welcome. You are welcome. Now go back to where you came from. I hope you try to make something useful from the pieces. Yarmold lowers his head. As you say. Your Highness, the Skjegge clan thanks you. We are all in your debt. I'm afraid we'll have to forget the treasures of our ancestors and return home in disgrace. Farewell. Harrim watches the paladin coldly. So much effort, so much suffering, and for what? They built themselves a crypt and nearly buried themselves in it. Torag, Torag. You inspire your children to build such things, then they don't know how to get rid of them. Fools. Alright, let's go. There's no point standing here. Two chests here. Flaming Burst Adamantine Dwarven Urgrush +3. Oh, that's a mouthful. Anything else in here? Why did the dwarves leave? I mean, we could happily continue living here now that the golems are gone. Harrim exits the dungeon without looking back. His face bears a strange expression, a pensive half-smile. You know, Caledorn, I think I've just realized something. Something very, very important. But I need to ponder it further. Let's talk about this later, after we return to the capital. Interesting. Well, with that done, I think it is time to end the episode. In the next one, we will go down to Candlemere and probably also deal with the ancient curse. But for now, thank you all so very much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.